Hi guys, I'm Shmi, and today you join me in Spain in the McLaren 570S Spider with Becky, QueenB, at the wheel. How's it going?
It's absolutely great. This car is just insane, man.
It's been fun. We've just come down from some awesome roads where I've been filming a video, Becky's also been filming a video, and yeah, I mean, this experience, we've got the roof up now because we're going on the motorway back towards the airport to fly home at the end of a pretty awesome day. But how does it make you feel driving this car?
I mean, I drive my car around daily, which has got about 50 horsepower. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a modified car, so it's a little bit out there anyway.
We're going to talk a little bit more about your car in a moment.
Okay, yeah, but it's the colour of this thing. It's just insane, like the noise, the drive, the colour, the way it looks. Like, there is not another supercar that looks like a McLaren, and it has insane road presence. And I feel, as I said to you earlier, I feel like a rap star.
Just pure cool. When the doors open,
yeah, it's
the
the dihedral doors, if you will. That's the tech speak. Yeah, when you're getting into the car, like it just feels amazing. It's special. This car is special.
Yeah, I give it that. I've had a lot of fun today as well driving it. I've had a good long stint on some nice twisty roads. But let's talk about your car. Becky drives an E21 BMW.
Yes, I do.
Not so standard.
It's not so standard. Yeah, it's an 83 BMW E21, so it's the first of the 3 Series. Obviously, the predecessor, the 2002, which I would love, but they're just that little bit out of my price bracket now. When I was 21, looking around for a modern classic, my mum used to own one. She had a Polaris one, and I saw a picture of her with it, and I was like, it's got to be it. It's like I wanted to buy something that I knew would appreciate over the years and that I could have some fun in. And I love those boxy 80s shapes, you know, the Renault 5 turbos, the E30, E21, that sort of real, you know, like Jay-Z had a 190 in his video.
Okay.
That's why I wanted them. That's why I wanted these cars.
Different kind of car, as you're just saying, rap star style to this.
Oh, absolutely.
Very different. But your car, so I saw your car for the first time at Goodwood, at Festival of Speed.
What did you think?
It's you were going around it talking about everything that you've done. Just give a quick list of changes.
So I have obviously put the BBS RSs on them, and I've stepped them to 8s on the front, 9s on the rear. They're fully ceramic polished. I've then, I don't know if you guys remember, do you remember the Mark II Escorts, the Cosmos? They had fishnet Recaro seats in them, so I got those out of an old Escort, got those retrimmed in the original Pergamon corduroy, lovely Pyrenees beige material. I got those put into the car. It's running a full 3H managed to set up by airlift, so it's got airbags on, which means you can obviously ride it low, park it even lower. It's got a few period little bits on it, the Autoplast rear louver and the heck blend, and the Nardi Torino, fully polished Nardi Torino steering wheel as well. It's not loads of modifications to it, but the ones that I've made are fairly major.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, they're going to call me out on it watching this video, but you completely lost me there. We need to do a proper thing showing around the car.
You get that with Tim, you start talking about your car and it's just like, it's like glaze.
I can do MSO colours. I can do carbon fibre options. No, I'm joking. But I think it is pretty cool how much sort of attention you put into your car. It's really, really awesome. So hopefully we'll show some of that at some point in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a labour of love. Like, I've had that car since I was 21 years old. I'm 25 now, which with you guys, keeping a car for 4 years is pretty much unheard of.
Yeah. I've never in my life kept a car for 4 years.
And I'll keep that car because I want to give it to my kid. Like, I want.
Okay, that's cool.
Like, I want to keep it and just. It's like my first classic, and I'd love to be able to pass that on. Mm-hmm. So I'm just looking after it. These cars, it's 34 years old now, 83, which doesn't seem like that long ago, but they're starting to rot away, and I just feel like we need to look after them. keep those modern classics alive, because it was a great era for car design. I mean, look at the F80 M3 that's just come out. The first 3 Series is an iconic shape, the original shark nose. Mm-hmm. Like you don't get that anymore. So we just need to look after it.
It's true. They stand out immediately. You know what they are. Even I know what they are.
You know what they are.
It's
impressive too. I'll give you a lesson. I'll give you all the information that you need to know about old cars.
Okay. Well, maybe do some videos so if you guys want to know more about these kind of things, let me know. Maybe you'll have to guide people through.
We're all gonna be like, no, Tim.
Nah, I don't think
Supercars.
so. It doesn't just have to be supercars. I think this is half the thing with cars, you know. I certainly get a bit too caught up in what I know and what I like, which is the modern supercars. Like my lifetime, my period, my era, the stuff I know about. But there's so much more to the car world than that. Like the tuning world, the modification world, the drifting world, racing. Like it just goes on.
It's so well rounded. I mean, I've come from a very different background to you. Like I come from the stance shows, if you will, and everyone was about, it's the attention to detail, it's the way it looks, it's the aesthetic, it's your wheels, like because we used to run, you know, the real popular thing was to put sort of OEM wheels from different car manufacturers on the car. So you'd see something like a Mark 1 Golf running Porsche twists or something, or what they call the little pepper pot things, whatever they were. Like that was all the rage, and it's about taking what you've got and making it even better again, making it special. So I know my car, there's not another car in the world that looks like it. I mean, see, I absolutely adore, because I mean, this car is awesome, but I know that someone else could buy it and it could be exactly the same as mine.
Yeah.
Whereas I know, I mean, you could, who's going to be bothered to put the amount of effort in that I have?
Yeah, you don't do it quite now. With a car like this, you never would anyway.
Yeah, whereas like mine's completely idiosyncratic to me.
Which is really, really cool. So out of like all the cars I guess you've driven, what's your favourite car you've ever driven?
Oh, big question. Do you know what? I honestly have to say the 570.
Yeah.
For usable power, you don't like look, star quality, the way it looks, the way it makes you feel, the road presence. It's got everything for me. It's like if I was going to have a supercar anyway, you have sort of the dressage horse of the Ferrari or the raging. You know, you have the Lamborghini, and then you have McLaren, which has this almost like bionic from the future feel to it. And if I was going to have a supercar, this would be the one that I'd have. So yeah, and in this colour as well. I know I keep going on about the colour, but it makes all the difference. If this was in grey, it wouldn't quite have the same pop to it.
Yeah.
But this is, I'd say this car, honestly. I've driven quite a few things. I mean, I had the Quadrifoglio last week, which in power, like the power difference to this is only like 50 horsepower, but this just makes you feel special.
Yeah, I mean, this is a supercar, that's power saloon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slightly kind of different categories of car, but actually both quite fun. The Quadrifoglio is a really fun car to drive.
Oh yeah.
For what it is, you know, 5 people, power barge, just push on. And
absolutely. I mean, it's
enjoy.
Just, you turn the traction control off in that and you are, you're going ever so slightly. Yeah, of course it is.
Good.
I turned it off, and then I was like, when I came to a T-junction, I genuinely felt, I was trying to get it sideways coming out of it, but it felt so stable.
Okay.
Like I really was trying, but it just,
Yeah, fair enough. It's the kind of car that when you give it a proper chuck, it lets you go around. It's a long wheelbase, lots of power all through the back.
I think the key word here is committed.
Yeah. Were you driving a manual or an automatic?
It was automatic,
Okay, yeah, we don't have the manuals actually in the UK. I forgot that. I should know better.
When we were on Fuel Faction though, the white Quadrifoglio, that was manual.
That was indeed a manual, and should probably go back to Fuel Faction. You may have remembered already that Becky was there at Fuel Faction driving in the 4C Spider.
Yes, I was.
Did you have a fun trip? No pressure. If you say no, you might be in trouble.
No, it was really, really good. I mean, that's the first time I'd actually ever driven the 4C, and it just, the mind boggles. I was just like, what is this? Who is it aimed at? And what is going on?
Yeah, what's the car about?
Why has it not got any power steering?
It's quite a lot of money. It lacks a lot of technology, even though it has some technology like carbon fibre top. It doesn't have enough horsepower. I can't remember the exact number, but it's 200.
It's 246 from memory.
Okay. So kind of underpowered for what it is. Like less than half this.
It is nuts.
But it's quite fun. It has a cheeky character to it, and you get around its foibles and quirks.
Yeah, you know, it does want to kill you. Like, high speeds, it's super light and it's sniffing around the roads. Low speeds, you feel like your arms are going to snap off because of the no power steering. And yeah, the brakes are, they deciding when they want to work, really.
But it was still a fun trip, right?
Oh my god, the trip itself was loads of fun. And now I'm just like tearing into the 4-seater. It is fun to drive. You get out of it with a big smile on your face, and to do a trip like that, it's manageable for 7 days, but I couldn't drive that thing every day. But the actual trip itself, where we went, the roads are probably the best roads I've ever driven on in my life.
Had you done a trip like that before? Have you ever been?
I've kind of done a few sort of driving touring things, but nowhere near on the levels of the roads that we went on. No, not at all.
It was just endless, like starting at the top of the Legato factory, then up to parts of the Alfa Museum, up to Lake Garda, then we went through the Dolomites, down through Venice, down across Florence, Tuscany, Pagani. I'm seeing if I can remember everything here. Down towards the ferry from Civitavecchia near Rome, over towards Sardinia, where we drove all the way up to the top. Yes, I got it all.
You got it all in.
And Sardinia.
So like Lake Como, Lake Garda.
Yeah, everything.
We did all of that.
Which was your favourite bit? If you had to choose between like Lake Garda, the Dolomites, Tuscany, or Sardinia?
Oh yeah, Sardinia was just beautiful.
Sardinia.
But the roads, but in Tuscany, I felt like I was in like an old Italian film, driving around the 4 seas, you know, taking it around all these like really beautiful scenic roads. Yeah, I think that was my favourite bit, Tuscany.
Yeah, I love it there. It's one of the best. But Sardinia, for me, I mean, we had a really long day through Sardinia. But
did you?
Such an awesome amount of fun.
Oh, for sure. And look, it actually clocks that we're going into a tunnel.
That is quite neat. You know, I have seen it before, but I rarely use the navigation system in cars. I prefer to have like my phone just set on a screen mount or something.
You got to understand, right? My car's 34 years old.
Yeah, so even having anything here,
anything like, I mean, the fact that I've got a radio, which sounds like when I first got it sounds like, you know, when you got those the builders and they've got that really rubbish radio tinny. That's what it sounds like. I mean, they're telling you it's going into a tunnel. I'm lucky if. So
you don't have like a many tweeter, multiple sub DAB radio set up, iPod interface.
I put a little. Do you know what? You'd actually laugh your head off. I've got a little sub. Like, we made this little sub and it sits behind my seat.
Okay.
So I do have like Asbo tunes coming out my car, but yeah, this is a way more techie than that. Like, it had a cassette player originally.
Okay, sweet. Well, hold on. My Mini has a cassette player.
I always forget you've got the Mini.
Yeah. So
what year is it?
It's a cheating old one because it's 2001. It's the very end of old Minis.
Get out.
I didn't buy one from the 60s or 70s or something.
I don't think you'd. You have to learn to love them, and they have to learn to love you.
Yes. But I just use mine for putting around London. It doesn't do very many miles or anything like that. It's just chilled, easy.
Interesting then. What did you think of the David Brown Mini?
I love that thing. The thing that was the top marks. Yeah. I took it for a drive. I love everything about it apart from the price tag.
Yeah, no, it's the most expensive Mini I've ever seen in my life.
The car itself, because it has all that old school charm and style, but everything's actually kind of cool. It has a nav. It has like, everything's nice.
LED lights. Yeah. No more candles.
Yeah, everything's done properly. So I liked it an awful lot, but 100 grand or so, which is not so much fun, we should say. I mean, press drives, just thinking about where we are, what we're doing, driving the David Brown Mini, driving the 570S Spider. This isn't the first time you've been on a press launch, is it? You've done a couple?
I've done, but they're more like, I did the Can-Am Spider press launch, and this is my second one, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and in the UK, I've done the ones in the UK, I feel like ones that are out here. I've done this as well.
It's so much fun coming to this kind of thing, and I think it's cool how manufacturers like McLaren are embracing doing this and working with this space, YouTube space, video space, having people along like ourselves to make videos and show these new cars with you guys and create some videos and share what they're like really like for us, and just generally to get different viewpoints and different opinions on the cars. I mean, quite real world, aren't they? You know, these cars aren't all bought by complete top-end driving, top level drivers. They're bought by a whole variety of people, and I think the influencer space, which is what most people sort of use to define what we're doing, allows us all to give our opinions on that. I think it's really cool. I think it's neat, and this one's been quite fun.
Well, it kind of opens the door for people that would maybe never necessarily get to look into these things.
Yeah.
You know, like for people that would, you know, I know a lot of people that love Lamborghinis, but they won't necessarily get to look get inside the car effectively with you, and that's what we're able to do. We're able to open the doors for them and get in and tell and experience it and tell you how it makes you feel.
And completely, and the type of video I make of a car like this is very different from the type of video you make of a car like this.
Yeah, I'm like, this is wicked.
No, I don't mean from that point of view. I mean because we pick out different things. There are different things that stand out to us, and mine, as these guys know, is pretty nerdy.
Text, specs,
numbers, and all that over the top. And I'm sure yours is probably much more real world. What's the car like actually like?
Yeah, it's like how it makes you feel, how good you look in it. It's always an important one.
Yeah. Well, in here with the roof down, everybody looks good because the car is just awesome.
It's amazing. Like, I have to hand it to McLaren. They are, to say they've only been going 7 years, McLaren Automotive, they are just smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. The cars are insane.
And there's a lot more to come. That's the cool thing.
As you know,
lots more to come.
I mean, the Super Series cars, the 720, it's bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't driven one. You went to the press launch in Rome, right?
Well, you need to at some point.
Yeah, I would love to, but there's bonkers fast. There's not another car in the world that looks like this. They have that almost like iRobot feel to them, entirely bionic. I've said to you before, they're scientific. That's just the technology that goes into them is amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, well, they're making good progress back towards the airport, and then it'll be flying home to end and wrap up this drive. Sadly, sad times. But you guys let me know if you'd like to pop along and see Becky's car, see her E21, find out a little bit more about it, or general interest in that kind of world, and some more older stuff. But thank you very much. And
No problem. This is the bit where I scare him.
Oh dear. What, cameras go off, you start driving like
Lego.
Anyway, I'll see you again soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.